give up. It took me 20 years, so keep pushing.
My name is Ricardo Sanchez. I'm graduating with a bachelor's degree in nursing. I would like to thank my family for their love and support in helping me achieve my goal, becoming a graduate of Purdue University Northwest.
I'd like to thank my family and my hubby for supporting me and getting me through to 2019. I also like to thank the class of 2019. Congratulations, we finally did it.
My name is Joshua Bertossi, and I would like to thank anyone who came out here tonight in support of me. I would like to especially extend my thanks to my mother, who has supported me in every way that I could possibly dream of, from helping me to get a vehicle to get to and from class, and in any homework that I would complain about, and she would help me with, even if she had no idea what I was talking about. So I hope for many great things in the future.
Good afternoon. My name is Jasmine Soler. I am graduating with my bachelor degree in elementary education. I would like to take this moment to thank my parents, my siblings, and my boyfriend for everything that they have done for me. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support over the years. I love you all.
Thank you to my wonderful family and friends for their constant support and belief in me and my dreams. Thank you to everyone who made these past 18 months such an incredible journey. I love you all.
Good evening. My name is Pete Tinsley. I would like to thank Professor Eisenstein, Professor Lerner, and most of all, Professor St. Jean for helping me throughout my college years.
I want to thank my lovely wife, Samantha Jean Erler, for putting up with me for these past 3 years and not getting to see me on most nights. I want to thank my family for being especially supportive. Mom, Dad, you put up with me and make me feel great about everything every day. And thank you, Mama Strimmel, for being the second mom I never knew I needed, but I always really do. Thank you guys. I love you, and to all my professors and everybody who helped me along the way. You all know who you are. Couldn't have done this without you guys. You taught me so much. I'm ready for learning a lot more and doing a lot more.
Hi, my name is Estella Carbajal, and I'm graduating with a master's degree in accountancy. I want to thank my family for their love, support, and patience for these past 5 years, especially for their patience. It has not been easy, so thank you all so much for understanding. Boy, what a journey this has been. Oscar, my love, my rock, I could not have done this without you. You are a true blessing from God. Now's our time, boo. No more late nights, no more homework. Now it's our turn to live, baby. Let's do it. Love you.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Marie Bernardo. I'm graduating from the College of Chess with a bachelor's in communications. I want to thank my mom, dad, my siblings, and my boyfriend. And I couldn't have done it without you guys, without your guidance and support over these years. Thank you, and I love you very much.
Good morning. My name is Shalon De Robinson. I am graduating from the College of Business with a bachelor's degree in human resources. I would like to thank my wonderful family, Florence and James Robinson Jr., and friends for their constant support and belief in me and my dreams. Thank you to everyone who made this past 4 years such an incredible journey. Thank you, Paladin. Thank you, family. Thank you all. And to the class of 2019, congratulations, we did it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brianna Hall, and I just want to give a huge shout out to my family, Team Hall. Thank you so much for your support and for your prayers. Honestly, I could not have made it this far without you guys. You guys know how long I've been waiting to get my degree, and you guys know everything that it took for me to get here, and I just want to say thank you for never giving up on me. And this degree is not for me, but it's for you guys. I love you guys. Bye.
Good afternoon. My name is Prashant Ella. I would like to thank my parents and friends for being such a huge support through my experiences in college. You have been my inspiration each and every day. I couldn't have made it without you.
Hello everyone, my name is Julie Lara, and I would like to thank my dad, Joseph Lara, mom, Maritza, and my siblings, Joe, Nate, and Lily. and my boyfriend, Ryan, for supporting me in getting my bachelor's in nursing. I'm a first-generation college student and proud to be a part of this group to be graduating this year.
Hello, my name is Shannon Maldonado Allen, and I am graduating with my Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I'd like to take this moment to thank my husband, Scott, and my two little girls, Sydney and Charlie, for all your encouragement and support. Thank you. I love you. We did it.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Jo Cannon. I'd like to thank my family, specifically Mom and Dad. I could not have done this without your support. It's been a very long trip. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you. I love you.
This is Raquel Wilson, graduate of 2019 in the spring. I would just like to thank my family. I know we're going through a tough time right now, but I just like to thank you all because you have been pushing me to do my very best in tough times. And I thank you all for being there for me. Mom, John, my brothers, my grandpa, my grandmother who is now in heaven. I love you all. My aunts, everybody. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me. I love you all. And I am going to continue to keep pushing.
Hello everyone, my name is Tajay Tooks. I am a graduating student of the illustrious Purdue University Northwest Nursing Program. I would just like to take a moment to thank my lovely mother, my awesome father, my very supportive grandmother and grandfather, and all of my friends that have supported me throughout this journey. I am so proud to be a part of this with all of you, and I wish all of you the best of luck in your continued endeavors. Go Purdue!
My name is Lucy Ashmore. I'm graduating with a bachelor's degree in communication. I would like to thank my wonderful family and friends for their constant support and belief in me and my dreams. Thank you to everyone who made these past 4 years such an incredible journey.
My name is Naslin Femenia. I am graduating with a bachelor's degree in psychology. I would like to thank my mom, my sister, my boyfriend, my professors, and my classmates for their love and support while I pursued my goal of becoming a graduate of Purdue University Northwest. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Mackenzie Sally. I am graduating from the College of Education with a bachelor's degree in elementary and special education. I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma, my sisters, and my friends for always pushing me to do my best. I couldn't have done it without your support. I love you.
Good afternoon. My name is Rosa Victoria Coronado, and I would like to thank my mom, my sister, and my boyfriend for being such a huge support through my experiences in college. You have been my inspiration each and every day. I couldn't have made it without you. Thank you so much, and I love you.
Good afternoon. My name is Nikki Goodson. I am graduating from the College of Engineering and Science with a Bachelor in Chemistry. I would like to take this moment to thank my spouse. I could not have done it without your guidance and support over these years. Thank you, and I love you.
My name is Jean Hanslick. I am graduating with a bachelor's degree in chemistry. I would like to thank my friends and family for their love and support while I pursued my goal of becoming a graduate of Purdue University Northwest.
Hi, my name is Daniela Ramirez from the College of Technology. I'd like to thank my parents and sisters for their support and motivation in this journey. I love you and I'm grateful to you all.
Dear friends and family, thank you so much for everything that you've done to help me achieve this degree. This is Janet Tony Lavaliere, and I am completing my degree in business, my master's in business. And I would so much like to thank Jesus for his grace and mercy, and my mother for her prayers. Thank you so much.
My name is Valentina Torres. I am graduating with a bachelor's degree in biology. I would like to thank my mom and dad and my children and my friends and my professors and classmates for their love and support while I pursued my goal of becoming a graduate of Purdue University Northwest.
My name is Brittany Rabatine. I am graduating with a bachelor's degree in English. I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my family and friends for their love and support while I pursued my goal of becoming a graduate of Purdue University Northwest.
Good morning. My name is Tiffany Mcmullen. I would like to send a special thanks out to my family and to my friends and to my two wonderful boys for supporting me throughout this whole process. It has been a journey, but it is finally coming to an end. I love you guys. Thanks.
My name is John Estrada. I'm from Ecuador. I want to say thanks to my mommy and to all my familia. Your time is now. Start where you stand and never back down. Thank you.
My name is Michael Jose, and I am very happy I decided to pursue my master's in mechanical engineering here in Purdue University Northwest. I have had a very exciting time, had wonderful professors, great colleagues, did some very insightful research, volunteered for Upward Bound, served as president of a student organization, ASHRAE. I've had a wonderful time, and I would definitely recommend Purdue University Northwest to anyone considering to gain a balanced mix of education and life experiences. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Danielle Case. I am a bachelor's degree student with education, and I would like to take this moment to thank my mom, Connie Dixon, and my husband, Jeremy Case, for their love and support as we went through this journey together. I appreciate everything you've done for me. Thank you so much.
My name is Jennifer Williams. I'm graduating from the College of Nursing with a Bachelor's of Science. I would like to thank my biggest motivator, my daughter, Kendra Rain, my friends for pushing me, and my family for supporting me.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Gilliam. I am graduating from the College of Nursing with a Bachelor in Science. I would like to take a moment to thank my parents, Rodney and Jackie Gilliam, my grandmother, Laura Gilliam, and my fiance, Savante. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support over these years. Love you.
My name is Lindsay Janica. I am graduating from the College of Nursing with a Bachelor's in Science. I would like to thank my family, Mom and Dad, Travis, my boyfriend, and his family for their emotional support and for encouraging me when I needed you the most.
My name is Christina Nelson. I would like to thank my friends and family for being such a huge support through my experiences in college. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for all your love and support, inspiration, and for encouraging me when I needed you the most. I love you.
Hello, family. I finally did it. This is Brittany Smith speaking, and I just want to thank a couple people for coming out for me today. My mom, Diane, my dad, Michael, my sister, Laurel, my grandmother, who we call Gaga, and my wonderful boyfriend, Michael. Thank you all for your never-ending love and support through this journey and for always believing in me. I finally did it!
Good afternoon. My name is Carissa Childers. I am graduating from the College of Business with my bachelor's in Organizational Leadership and Supervision. I would like to take this moment to thank my mom, my husband Jeff, and my children. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support over these years. Thank you, and I love you.
My name is Ariana Thompson, and I am graduating Purdue Northwest with my bachelor's in business management. I want to thank my family and friends for being supportive throughout my journey through college, but more specifically, I want to thank a very few important people. My parents have raised me to become the woman that I am, and I strive to be successful and make them both proud of me. The next person I want to thank with all of my heart is my wonderful fiance. I'm getting married in 12 days from today, and I have never been more sure in my life about someone. Thank you, AJ, for always believing in me and for helping push me to be a better person and to get through this. Lastly, I want to thank my brothers for being the best siblings that I could ask for. Aiden, you have been my best friend through my entire life, and I am thankful that you are here today to support me. I am grateful to have a brother like you and an amazing family and a support system that is unbelievable. Thank you so much. This means more to me than you would know, and I am so happy to be here today.
Hello, this is Audrey Goris, and I would like to thank my fiance Brian and my parents, Bob and Donna, for the continuous love, enthusiasm, and support throughout this long journey. I love you guys. Here's to the next adventure.
I'd just like to thank my mom and Eric for all their help. I couldn't have done this without you. I love you guys.
Hi, I'm Robert Tabor, and I'm graduating with a degree in elementary education. I am so pumped to be part of the graduating class of 2019. I'd like to thank my family, I'd like to thank God, and thank all of the teachers and staff at PNW that have made this possible. Thank you all so much. Go Purdue.
Good afternoon. My name is Pricilla Manriquez. I would like to thank my mother, my husband, and my 2 daughters for being such a huge support through my experiences in college. You have been my inspiration each and every day. I couldn't have made it without you. Thanks.
My name is Dawn Schelling. At 46 years old, I'm graduating today with a BA in Behavioral Sciences. It has taken me many years to accomplish this goal, all while working full-time, being a full-time mom of 2 amazing young men, and marrying the love of my life. In many ways, my story is just now beginning. I have many people who have helped me along the way, and I love them all. I have many goals that I still wish to achieve, and I'm looking forward to my continued journey. Enjoy the ride and always remember to hammer down and boil her up.
Hi guys, this is Allison Ormsby, and I just wanted to thank my mom and dad for all the love and support and inspiration they have given me. I would not be here today without you guys. Thank you for helping me achieve my dream of graduating from Purdue University Northwest. Love you.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa. Thank you so much for helping me get to this point today. I really didn't even think that I would be able to make it here. I just think that I'd be working in random jobs my whole life, and finally I am here and I'm able to graduate because of all your help and support. And Brett, thank you so much for all of your love and support and everything throughout the years and putting up with me and all of the craziness with school and work. Thank you so much for everything that you've done to help get me here as well. I love you guys.
Hi, this is Lauren Miles. I would like to thank my family and friends who have supported me over the past 5 years in my pursuit of completing my bachelor's degree in early childhood education. I wouldn't have made it without your support. I love you guys.
Hi, this is Kara Trent. I just wanted to say thank you to my parents, Donnie and Tracy Trent. I love you guys, and I could not have done any of this without you.
Hey, this is Caitlin Dvorak. I want to say thank you to my parents, Eric and Terry, my brother and sister, Connor and Kelsey, and my fiance, Nolan. Thank you for always pushing me to do my best. I love you guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ariel Casper, and I am graduating from the College of Business with a bachelor's degree in business management and a minor in human resources. I would like to take this time to thank my parents, my siblings, my grandparents, everyone that has been around to help me get through college. I couldn't have done it with any of your guidance and support over these years. I love you, and I thank every single one of you that have helped me get to where I am today. And I appreciate all of those people, teachers, staff, and everyone. Thank you again.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Flores, and I just want to thank my parents and my family for all their love and support over these last few years. I did it.
Hi, my name is Tara Schnadenberg. I just want to thank my parents for all their love and support throughout my 4 years at college. You're my inspiration, and I couldn't have made it without you.
Hello, family. I am truly happy. As you see, I worked really hard for this day. I just want to thank you for your prayers, inspiration, support, love, and most of all, thank you for believing in me. Goodbye to this ending, and hello to a new beginning.
I would like to thank my family and friends for being such a huge support throughout my college experiences. You have been such an inspiration each and every day. I couldn't have made it without you. I would like to thank my family and friends for believing in me throughout this college journey. I couldn't have made it without your love and support.
Good afternoon. My name is Glenn Wells. I would like to thank my family for all of their support in earning my bachelor's degree in accounting, with a special thank you to my loving wife, Stacy, who has supported me the whole way. I could not have done this without you.
I would like to thank my parents, Jamie and Sharon, for being such a huge support through my experience in college. You have been my inspiration each and every day. I couldn't have made it without you.
I am truly blessed. Lord, I just thank you. I like to thank my family for their emotional support and for encouraging me when I needed it the most. I am truly blessed to have such a loving, wonderful family. Thank you.
Hey, Mom and Dad, it's McKinder.
It's been a long time coming to get this degree, and I don't think I could have done it without you. So thank you so much for all the support you've given me. I love you guys so much. Thanks.
My name is Callie Frankis, and I would like to thank my parents for getting me through college.
My name is Morgan Goldman. I am graduating from the College of Business with a bachelor's in management. I would like to take a moment to thank my friends and to thank my parents, Gail and Ricky, for supporting me throughout this journey. I would also like to thank my fiance, Alan, for all of the emotional support through my college experiences. Thank you for helping and encouraging me to achieve my dreams.
Hi, my name is Sam Janowitz. I'm graduating with a biology degree and am minoring in chemistry. I would like to thank my very supportive family, friends, lab partners, coworkers, and bosses in admissions, and my best friend and boyfriend, Sean, for helping me get to this point. Congratulations to everybody sharing this wonderful accomplishment with me tonight.
Thank you to all my family for walking with me and encouraging me on my college path. I wouldn't have made it without you. And now I'm here.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Purdue University Northwest. Will those who are able please stand for the singing of our national anthem?
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chancellor Keon, the convocation of Purdue University Northwest's 6th commencement is assembled. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this commencement exercise, the culmination of Purdue Northwest student success, and indeed the proudest days in the lives of the graduates and their families. For today's commencement, some of you have traveled across town, others from across the world, and many from locations in between. Today is a day of celebration and recognition, a day of applauding achievement, a day of proud reflection, and perhaps even shedding a tear or two of joy. And of course, this is the day you receive your cherished diploma. Candidates, I applaud you on your hard work, determination, and sacrifice. Parents, grandparents, other family members, and friends, I also applaud you on your hard work, determination, and sacrifice. Graduation is not a celebration exclusive to those receiving their diploma. Before we continue this celebration, I invite our graduate candidates to offer their heartfelt, thankful applause for the support they received from parents, family, friends, and others who in various ways made today possible. Graduates. Purdue Northwest is honored to have some special guests here today to help celebrate our graduates. It's my pleasure to welcome our Purdue Northwest legacy families. Each PNW legacy family has a second, and in some cases, third generation candidate participating in the ceremony today. They are sons, daughters, siblings, or even grandchildren. We're grateful to the tradition that you continue today and share your pride in all of our graduates. Will the legacy families please stand? You may have noticed some of our graduates are wearing a gold stall with emblems of all 5 branches of the armed forces, signifying that they are veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. We're proud to and be honored if all servicemen and women present would stand so we can recognize you and express our sincere gratitude. My lone instruction of the day is to ask that all in attendance be respectful as we read the names of each candidate, so that each of you will be able to hear the name of your graduate. Several individuals whose leadership is vital to Purdue Northwest are seated on the platform. Inasmuch as they will not be announced later, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce them to you. As I do so, I will ask them to stand and remain standing, and I would ask you to hold your applause until I've completed the list. Chair of the Faculty Senate and Grand Marshal, Dr. David Detmer. Vice Chancellor for Administration and Finance, Mr. Stephen Turner. Interim Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, Professor Joy Caldwell. Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, Dr. Lisa Goodnight. Interim Department Chair of English and presenter of the candidates, Dr. Paul Hecht. Our diploma marshals are Ms. Cheryl Arroyo and Ms. Roberta Allen. Outstanding dedicated faculty serve the students of Purdue University Northwest. Through teaching, research, and engagement, our faculty enrich learning and further student success. For that, I invite the members of our hardworking faculty to stand and be recognized with your applause. It is my pleasure now to introduce Mara Candelaria Reardon as our guest speaker this afternoon. Mara Candelaria Reardon, became the first Latina elected to the Indiana House of Representatives when she was voted into the General Assembly in 2006. She is an outspoken advocate for women, Hispanics, education, healthcare, and of course, the region. She serves in the Indiana House District 12, which encompasses Munster, Highland, and parts of Griffith and parts of Hammond. In the current legislature, Mara was elected to the Indiana House Democratic Caucus Chair. She also now serves as the chair of the board of the Hispanic Caucus Chairs, a national nonpartisan organization comprised of Latino officials serving in various state leadership capacities. Mara is the ranking minority member of the Statutory Committee of Interstate and International Cooperation. She is also a member of Roads and Transportation Committee, as well as the Utilities, Energy, and Telecommunications Committee. Born in East Chicago, Mara comes from a family of community activists and public servants. Her introduction to public service began while she worked for Congressman Pete Viskolowski as a federal projects coordinator. She previously served as executive director of the Lake County Drug-Free Alliance. In addition, Mara has served on the Indiana Commission for Women, Market Development Recycle Board, Minority and Women Business Enterprise Commission, Hispanic Latino Affairs Commission, and the Indiana Commission to Combat Substance Abuse. She serves on the National Association of Elected and Appointed Officials Education Fund Board of Directors and is a member of the National Hispanic Caucus of State Legislators. Mara has been married to her husband, Matt, for 20 years, and they reside in Munster with their 2 teenage children. She is a principal at MCR Partners, a consulting firm specializing in development, government affairs, and economic development finance. Please join me in welcoming Mara Candelaria Reardon to the podium.
Thank you, Chancellor Keon, and distinguished officials at Purdue University Northwest. Guests, faculty, proud parents, and graduates of Purdue University Northwest, it is great to be here with all of you today to celebrate the Spring 2019 graduates. To the parents and family members, congratulations. I can only imagine the pride that you feel in your hearts today. To the faculty and staff, thank you for your dedication to higher education, for all that you do to help your students both in and outside of the classroom. And to the graduates, I'm sure that you're thrilled to be done. After spending 4 months in the General Assembly in Indianapolis, I can certainly relate. In all seriousness, know that you've done something incredible for yourself that will open doors and present new and exciting challenges, push you to grow and learn and achieve anything you set your mind to. When I think about the importance of a college education and the opportunities it has afforded me, I think back to the people in my life who instilled in me a love for education and the confidence to step out of my comfort zone and challenge myself. Someone may immediately come to mind for each one of you. Perhaps it's your mom who worked overtime to help you pay for your tuition. Maybe it's your grandfather who sat you on his lap when you were little and told you you could be anything you want to be as long as you worked hard at it every day. Maybe it's an older sibling who you saw achieve a college education and start a career and a life you admire and want for yourself. Or maybe it's one of your professors who challenged your train of thought or worked with you during office hours to help you understand an assignment. For me, it was both my Uncle Andrew Soto and my mother, Victoria Soto Candelaria. Andrew was inspired to follow in the footsteps of his older brother, my Uncle Jesse, a Marine who received a Purple Heart during World War II in the Pacific Theater. Andrew enlisted and went on to serve in the Marines as well. My Uncle Andrew was incredibly bright. He was one of only 3 chosen for OCS, Officer Candidate School, from his entire platoon. After Officer Candidate School, he was sent to serve in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. As the war waned, Andrew was allowed a visit home. While at home, he noticed that his younger sister, my mother, Victoria, was not enrolled in school. When he asked my grandfather why that was, he responded, "She doesn't need to be in school. She's just going to get married anyway." After having been in other parts of the world and seeing what happens when people do not have access to a good education, my uncle made sure that my mother was immediately enrolled in school. He knew that starting late would be challenging, but he challenged her further and told her that he would give her a nickel a book for every book that she read. And trust me, a nickel went a lot further back then. He didn't know it at the time, but by igniting my mother's lifelong quest for knowledge, reading, and education, he changed the trajectory of my life, and for that I will always be grateful. My mother channeled that passion into a career as an educator. She was an educator who touched the lives of countless students, both in and out of the classroom. She was a union leader, an activist, and a community advocate. In her 30-plus years of teaching, she shaped not only the lives of students, but helped shape education policy in this state and in this nation. She was the first Latina woman to serve as president of a statewide teachers federation in the country. She was a member of the Indiana Governor's Roundtable on Education and a trustee at Ivy Tech College. My mother, Victoria Soto Candelaria, the daughter of immigrants who started school late, went on to be a 3-time National Education Policy Advisor to President Clinton. My Uncle Andrew set her on that path. Your pursuit of a degree here today has already changed your life, but it will also change the lives of those around you, because education changes lives. My mother, through her example, instilled in me 3 principles: a love of learning, service to community, and living a life with passion. After graduation from high school, I found myself here at Purdue University Northwest, taking classes and starting my college career. I'm proud of that. I'm homegrown, just like many of you graduating here today. It was then that I was tested for the first time for a learning disability. I had always struggled academically. Teacher reports would always come back with the same caveat: Mara is very bright, but she just needs to try harder. Well, I was trying. So imagine my relief when I was told there was something other than my effort that was hampering my success. I was diagnosed with dyslexia. It was then that I left PNW and went to Barra College, a small private liberal arts college in Lake Forest that had a program designed for college students with learning disabilities. There I learned how my brain works and the best method for me to absorb and retain knowledge. For the first time, I felt good about myself and my abilities. Here I stand, Grandpa, the first Latina elected to serve in leadership as the House Democratic Caucus Chair of a historic caucus that for the first time in the history of the Indiana General Assembly is a majority female caucus. And someone who has channeled a passion for helping people into a career that I'm proud of. If my grandfather could see me now, would he even be able to believe that his granddaughter, a woman, is a college graduate, a state representative, a businesswoman, and a wife and mother to 2 awesome kids? He might not. He might not believe it, but that's what my mother and my Uncle Andrew gave me: the chance to dream bigger and do more. That's what your family has done for all of you graduates. They've given you the chance to do a little better and dream a little bigger. And you too will have the chance to do the same for the next generation. I am proud to be from Northwest Indiana because of people like you. People who come from families like the ones looking on with pride here today, and people from families that sacrifice to get you to this point in your college career. We're tough, we're hardworking, and we're resourceful. So why am I telling you this, and why does it matter? It matters because I often think about how different my life would be if my Uncle Andrew had not insisted that my mother get an education. Would I be standing here delivering the commencement address? I'm telling you this because what you have done here today will touch the lives of all of those around you in profound ways that you may never even know about. Each one of you in a cap and gown today is a role model and a leader. Yes, you. Let that empower you to help others aspire to learn and do more. Let that empower you to push your own boundaries and step outside of your comfort zone and continue to achieve. Now you must channel that work ethic into whatever you choose to do next. Don't let it fade. A strong work ethic will help you accomplish anything you set your mind to. A good education, like the one you received here at P&W, will open up doors for opportunity and success. But what you're looking for is already inside of you. What you can conceive in your mind and believe in your heart, you can achieve with hard work and a passion for what you're doing. You now have all the tools you need to achieve. This graduation is not the end. It is your beginning. Never stop learning, give back to your community, and reach out and help the next one in line. Live a life filled with passion. I will leave you with a quote from Jonas Salk. The reward for work well done is the opportunity to do more. Go and do more. Congratulations to the 2019 Purdue University Northwest graduates.
Thank you, Mara. Not only has Mara broken many ceilings as a woman, a Latina, but the thing I sincerely appreciate the most about her is the passion she has for what she does and the strength that she has as she represents Northwest Indiana. So thank you. For introduction of academic degrees, I now invite Professor Saul Lerner, representing the Purdue Northwest faculty, to the podium.
Chancellor Keon, Provost Mueller, Representative Reardon, colleagues and friends, let me first make 3 points, if I may. First, I would like to congratulate the graduates who have done so much to complete their work at Purdue University Northwest. Secondly, I would like to congratulate Representative Reardon for her inspiring, compassionate, and forceful comments that are especially relevant for our graduates. And finally, I would like to welcome all of you in the audience who are indeed a part of the Purdue University Northwest family. The conferral of academic degrees is a critical responsibility, the accomplishment of which signifies that degree recipients have successfully completed a sufficiently rigorous and enlightening curriculum of courses that provide these students with the appropriate role that they will ultimately take and responsibility and leadership to advance our society. The faculty of Purdue University Northwest has evaluated the academic accomplishments of the candidates presented here today and have concluded that pending the completion of any final outstanding requirements, each of these candidates merits and meets the criteria for receiving a Purdue University Northwest degree. Based on that conclusion, the faculty recommends to the Board of Trustees of Purdue University that appropriate degrees be conferred. We have met here and assembled here to celebrate that conferral and to honor our graduates. Thank you.
Dr. Rebecca Stankowski, Associate Vice Chancellor for Institutional Effectiveness and Interim Director of Graduate Studies, will present the candidates for the master's degree.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? These students have successfully fulfilled the requirements for the master's degree. Each wears a hood, recognizing his or her academic discipline and symbolizing the completion of that advanced degree. With approval of the faculty, they are now presented to receive their degrees.
Observing the respected custom of institutions of higher education and exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled the requirements the master's degree with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. I also solemnly place upon you those obligations which you must henceforth assume as holders of a master's degree. As evidence of your ability to fulfill the requirements and obligations of this degree, you will now receive your diplomas.
Will Candidate Marshal, Mr. Roy Hamilton, please escort the candidates for graduate degrees forward to receive their diplomas? As candidates make their way to the stage, please note they will be crossing in a random order. Hassan Al-Ibrahim. Venkata Kareti. Nandini Narayanan. Debrath Banerjee. Pulkit Singhal. Supraja Aragatu. Deepesh Sharma. Kalyan Pendyala. Swetha Keshavula. Guna Shreja Kalepali. Prashant Erla. Siva Rama Krishna Kura. Ashrita Ramagiri. Mohammed Al-Shari. Ibrahim Hassan Al-Mrshed. Philip Moariu Botes. Mohammed Barnawi. Freddie Guevara. Ryan Weiser. Lena Colon. Sally Mukatesh. Stephen Yarosinski. Michelle Deming. Adam Erler. Christine Chidachimo. Eric Kelleher. Ulysses Morales. Mark Parra. Tomas Chacon de la Portilla. Farid Said. Michael Oze. Uzuma Oze. Matthew Moore. Nana Ano. Jitao Chang. Tom Chao Ching. Jingzhao De. Yanjun Wu. Liming Wu. Chiche Li. Fei Ren. Zhendong Lu. Xianhui He. Mawenyan Shan. Pinwen Wang. Chen Shen Shu. Anthony Ripe. Christopher Miller. Shalki Gower. Pratyusha Gula. Ankbayar Basandors. Komal Sharma. Ronit Bardwash. Piyush Koshar. Manika Bandari. Ashwara Saxena. Ajit Singh.
Congratulations, master's degree graduates.
Dr. Ralph Mueller, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Provost, will now recognize distinguished undergraduate students.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my joy and privilege to provide special recognition to those individuals receiving baccalaureate degrees who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement. The commencement booklet contains a statement of the basis upon which the status of distinction and highest distinction is determined. Candidates wearing black and gold cords symbolize this achievement. I invite the degree candidates who are graduating with highest distinction to please stand and remain standing. And I also invite the degree candidates who are graduating with distinction to please stand and remain standing. On behalf of the Purdue trustees and faculty of Purdue University Northwest, I congratulate each of you for your outstanding academic record. May you continue to be motivated by excellence and high standards in your quest to make positive contributions throughout your life. Congratulations, you may be seated. I now introduce the Interim Dean of the Honors College, Dr. Karen Bishop Morris, who will recognize candidates of the Honors College.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to recognize the candidates from the Honors College. I invite the Honors College candidates to please stand and remain standing. These students have fulfilled the graduation requirements of the Honors College, including completion of the academic curriculum and related coursework, substantive research in their areas of discipline, service engagement with the local community, and leadership experience across a diverse range of areas. These students have received and are wearing the Honors College medallions on gold and black ribbons. Congratulations, 2019 Honors College graduates. I invite the Honors College candidates to now be seated.
At this time, I am pleased to facilitate recognition of those individuals who have qualified to receive the Purdue University Northwest Chancellor's Medallion. The Chancellor's Medallion is presented to the graduating students who have achieved the highest grade point average within each of the academic colleges at Purdue University Northwest. We would like to present each of those graduates to you at this time. I invite Kelly Sharp of the College of Engineering and Sciences to please come to the stage, and I also invite Kelly's family to stand and share in this recognition. I now invite Nicholas Weisfuss of the College of Engineering and Sciences to please come to the stage. And I also invite Nicholas's family members to stand and share in this recognition. I now invite Don Mark Villaruz of the College of Technology to please come to the stage. And I also invite Don Mark's family to stand and share in this recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce Dean Chris Holford to present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Engineering and Sciences.
Provost Mueller, I am pleased and proud to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Engineering and Sciences. I invite the candidates to stand and remain standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce Dean Niaz Latif to present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Technology.
Provost Mueller, I'm pleased and proud to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Technology. I invite the candidates to stand and remain standing.
Before I present you for the formal awarding of degrees, I will charge each of you in my capacity as Purdue University Northwest's Chief Academic Officer. Today is Commencement Day. As the word commence indicates, this is a time of beginnings, not ends. A beginning of a journey to find your individual future. During the past few years, we have grown very fond and very proud of you. So I will convey my charge through three distinct observations about you. Our first observation, innovation, is about your past, about your eagerness and readiness to innovate. You arrived on campus a few short years ago, the very beginning of what then seemed so far away, today, beginnings day. You came ready to learn about thinking, about listening, about speaking, and about doing. But also, you were ready to explore others' points of view, others' ways of life, and others' explanations of what you had assumed were universal truths. All led to the one goal, the one we're here to mark and celebrate today, to begin your future. Along your path at PNW, you learn to grow, to become an innovator of what will become your own individual future. And this then brings me to our second observation about you, impact. And it is about your future, your maturity as learned citizens to impact others to bring about change. You prepared well for the day when you will leave your mark. All the academic work is no good if ultimately it does not touch people. Children who need to be taught, patients who need your care, colleagues who need your advice, or neighbors who need your help. With your dedication, with your drive to make the world a better place, you will make academic knowledge have an impact on our communities. One child, one patient, one colleague, one neighbor at a time. So where then does your past, your eagerness to innovate, meet your future, your commitment to impact others? Well, they meet right here in the present, at this very moment. And this is our third and final observation about you. You continue to improve. While you were a student at Purdue University Northwest, I hope we opened some doors for you. Doors into your future for you to walk through and innovate and impact and improve. So here then is my simple charge to you. When you see those open doors, explore what lies beyond. Right now in the present, be innovative in choosing your own future. Have the courage to walk through one of those doors, walk through and find yourself. And it is okay too to turn around and walk back out and check out another door, another future. But ultimately, do walk through one of the open doors. And as you do, if you see someone else behind you who needs a little extra encouragement, a little extra help to walk through that door, make an impact by engaging them to join you. Guide them through that door towards your connected journeys to improve yourselves and the world around you. Innovate, impact, improve. 3 words that guide your future. They define this beginnings day, and they are my charge to you. Please know that we are proud of you. Please know that we are proud of those who made all of this happen for you. But also know that we know that you should be very proud of yourselves. You did it. I wish you well, I congratulate you, and I salute you. Chancellor Keon, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of undergraduate curricula in their respective colleges. Having gained approval for graduation by each of the college faculties, I now present them to you to award their degrees.
Observing the respected customs of institutions of higher learning and exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and acting on behalf of the faculty, I now confer upon you, those who fulfill the requirements, the appropriate baccalaureate degree, with all the rights, privileges appertaining thereto. Also, solemnly place upon you those obligations which you must henceforth assume as a holder of this degree. As evidence of your ability to fulfill the requirements and obligations of this degree, you will now receive your diplomas. Will the College Marshal now escort the baccalaureate degree graduates forward to receive their diplomas? Graduates, please be seated until your row is called.
Graduates of the College of Engineering and Sciences, escorted by Candidate Marshal Mr. Bill Baginski. Kelly Sharp. Nicholas Weisfuss. Scotty Richardson. Misael Sagun. Christian Camacho. Jose Salazar. Omar Sala. Bader Al-Mutari. Bhavya Desai. Richard Moore. Robert Colvin. Ryan Payne. Christopher Perry. Ellis Moore. Joseph Leahy. Joseph Grigoletti. Tiffany Holloway. Murad Ali. Eric Gonzarowski. Tri Din. Jesus Hernandez. Antonio Navarez. Aaron Dewar. Robert Heitz. Liam Ahern. Sean Ebel. Brandon Peoples. Joseph Dorsch. Matthew Zilkowski. Sandra de la Torre Ruiz. Cassandra Anderson. Nikki Goodson. Jean Hanslick. Braden McCoy. Edgar Nunez. Nicholas Newell. Cody Anderson. Jordan Trent. James Newman. Douglas Stillman. Robert White. Manuel Lopez. Antonio Cosaleon. Samuel Olson. Daniel DeGoy. Kevin Alvarado. Omet Morales. Kayla Boney. Amanda Baker. Sayat Zabik. Alex Murga. Joel Godinez. Aaron Cruz. John Reza. Harini Ilamorugu. Tulio Ribeiro. Sergio Reyes Jurado. Marissa Jane. Shayna Coy. William Brown. Milos Damjanovic. George Chancharovic. Adriana Hernandez. Claudia Reyes. Diana Ortega. Maiwand Mayer. Andrew Franco. Mauro Puebla Alvarez. Arturo De Leon. Miguel Esteban Romero Meneses. Diana Villacres Paredes. Shubham Tripathi. Athira Nair Surendran. Joshua Burkeen. Rachel Binder. Timothy Kramer. Mariah Anbar. Natalia Madera. Christian Cunningham. Ambria Sotelo. Ashley Cunningham. Daniel Flood. Dylan Giangiulio. Todd Peters. Tracy Downing. Isabel Garcia. Asma Abdeljabbar. Megan Balyut. Chelsea Kozel. Mahmoud Almanyeri, excuse me. Almanyeri. Nikita Golston. Katie Holden. Benjamin Maytone. Andrew Usabel. Jacob Brown. Pavlo Sharakov. Joseph Senko. Juan Juarez. Lindsay Matea. Jonathan Payne. Jan Patrick Manlepig. Jacob McCullum. Joseph Weissel. Shelby Ross. Leo Govert. Christopher Edwards. Kevin Semino. Mark Peters. Matthew Kresich. Scott Peters. Robert Valley. Matthew Childs. Kyle Deutsch. Sky McNutt. Amanda Vandenover. Juan Padilla. Santiago Burgos. Ike Chuku Nachi. Anthony Manacchio. Sarah Fish. Haley Nowakowski. Noah Sabensky. Jorge Guerrero. Angel Lozano. Miriam Paula Changoluisa Tuapanta. John Luis Estrada Yuaita. Angel Santiago Lema Cantuna. Francisco Martinez Zambrano. Adrian Aguayo. Adrian Guzman de la Mora. Mohammed Dawood. Yasser Salame. Valentina Torres. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the College of Engineering and Sciences. The graduates of the College of Technology, escorted by Candidate Marshal Ms. Amber Schuler. Danmark C. Villaruz. Ahmed Ali Kureda. Sadiq Mohammed Al-Tureki. Bakir Al-Murerik. Hadi Hussein Al-Drabanebi. Yasser Amer Al-Samil. Mohammed Al-Bori. Courtney Hucko. Anthony Benvenuto. Karen Barrett Markelin. Elizabeth Parker. Jaime Prado. Irving Rocha. Brett Gregory Coslow. Peter Pomplin. Neil Weber. Daniel Yorick. Jacob Rivera. Eric Reinierson. Jacob Zepka. Brandon Cole. Brandon Swat. Rebecca Skalchis. Drew Patel. Mira Veljovic. Gerline Katra. Michael McHugh. William Morgan. Victor Rios. Christopher Atlas. Cassandra Watson. Arlissa Rucker. Daniela de Jesus Ramirez. Brendan Malakowski. Jason Alsman. Sean Madden. Reginald Simmons. Davon Mason. Jose Santiago. Seth Lee Bosler. Jay Patel. Faisal Fala Al-Motari. Jose Felipe Cruz. Colin Moncado. Michael Cummins. Clayton Folmar. Mohammed Ahmed Shaibu. Stephen Jarecki. Ali Al Sultan. Charles Badillo. Scott Stilson. Jacob Deacon. Eric Heritier. Mary Jo Cannon. Christopher Kuiper. Jacob Brown. David Garton. Maxwell Clifford. Nathan Martin. Kayla Hawkins. Brendan Lee. Micah Rambat. Dustin Walker. Mason Lee. David Thomas. David Chen. Camille Talevsky. Jonathan Madera. Daniel Segala. Davon Radford. Ashayla Williams. Jose Pablo Huizar. Jeremy Savage. Nathan Elliott. Hallie Marie Port. Valerie Gutierrez. Michael Lamont. Kyle Thompson. Zachary Warner. Abdulaziz Abdulmalik Al-Onezi. Basil Adel Al-Nasser. Ahmed Abdullah Al-Tureki Borema. Mansour Hussein Al-Hasna. Mohammed Ali Al-Wahibi. Mohammed Naji Al-Shamsi. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the College of Technology.
To signify completion of your degree requirements and receipt of your diploma, I now invite all graduates to move the tassels on their mortarboard to the left side. Congratulations, you are now Purdue Northwest graduates! To officially welcome you to Purdue Northwest alumni contingent comprising of thousands, I invite Ms. Ashley Giardelmos, Executive Director of the Purdue Northwest Alumni Community, to the podium.
Congratulations to the newest Purdue University Northwest alumni. I am honored to be the first to welcome you into the P&W alumni community. As graduates, you join a community of over 61,000 strong, made up of CEOs and entrepreneurs, of lawyers and advocates, of leading scholars and researchers, Emmy Award winners, mayors, state representatives, journalists, nurses, senior leadership team members, and so much more. Each a story that has added to our rich history and paved the way for future Purdue Northwest students. It doesn't seem like very long ago that I was sitting where you are today. I'm a very proud 2008 Purdue Northwest graduate from the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. I reflect fondly on my time as an undergrad. It wasn't always easy, but this is the place where I met some of my closest friends, made lifelong connections, and the place where I met my husband. When I started the workforce, it became evident to me and my supervisors that the education I received at Purdue Northwest prepared me to succeed in my field of study and beyond. Outside of my own family, the biggest supporters I have had throughout my career have been my professors and other P&W community members. Before I returned to serve P&W, it was deeply important to me to stay connected. These people continued to be my mentors and advocates, creating new connections for me. Purdue Northwest is more than books, bricks, and mortar. Its real value is in its community of people. So my advice for you is to stay connected. Shoot a quick email to your favorite professor to check in or let them know of a new project you're working on. Encourage your company to recruit from P&W. Find me on LinkedIn. Keep up with what is happening here on campus and in our alumni community. Your network is strong. Stay engaged in it. You each have your own stories and connections that you have created in your time here. Now, class of 2019, go out there and continue writing your story and paving the way for future Purdue Northwest students. I am so proud to call you fellow alumni. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ashley. Ladies and gentlemen, James Schooley, Student Government President, will now respond to the graduates on behalf of all Purdue Northwest students. James?
Sorry, it's like 2 sizes too small, I gotta keep. Good afternoon to all friends, family, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and now graduates of Purdue University Northwest. My name is James Schooley, and I've held the honor of serving as your interim and recently elected student president in this past semester. I wanted to leave you today with 2 quotes, the first of which comes from Thomas Jefferson. If you want something that you have never had, you must be willing to do something that you have never done. To those graduating, today is a celebration of the something that you have never done. You have earned your degrees. You have all studied, struggled, and most importantly, sacrificed. And all of that hard work and commitment is honored here today. My second quote comes from William Shakespeare. We know what we are, but we know not what we may be. So even when you leave here today, go discover what you may be, even if you are not met with success the first time that you try. Those of us who will be in your place soon, at our own graduations, look forward to celebrating our own possibilities and carrying on the legacies you have all established here at Purdue Northwest. Congratulations, Purdue University Northwest graduates.
I would like to leave you with 3 things, and the 3 things that I like to talk about at this time in the ceremony, you'll find you heard from Mara, and you heard from the provost, and you heard from others. But first of all, let me say that we wish you the greatest success, and it is important to us that you take the hard work that you've put into your undergraduate degree or your graduate degree and keep that hard work moving throughout your life. As a university, we're oftentimes judged by our faculty and our students, but we are also judged by our graduates. We've been fortunate enough to have a number of graduates that are CEOs, presidents, and also several that have started their own business and have been extraordinarily successful. I wish that of all of you, and I do know that unless you work hard, it will not come to you. Don't forget that as people look at Purdue University Northwest, they're going to be looking at your future success. The second thing I would ask you to do, when you get to a position where you have an opportunity to be able to bring Purdue graduates and Purdue students to your company, please do so. It's important for you to bring in interns that are working on their programs, but most importantly, it's important for you to hire graduates of Purdue University Northwest. One of the things that sets major universities ahead of others is that there's always a stream of individuals that are in those organizations, and they make sure they go back to their home school, and they make sure that more students from their home institutions are working along with them. So please keep that in mind, whether you're in the United States or someplace across the world. The third thing I would say is please give back. Some of you may know I was a business dean for 17 years, so when I say give back, I think everybody holds on to their wallet. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is making sure you give back right from the beginning. If you can, come into a class and share your experiences with students. If you can come back and take an intern, do that. But stay engaged. Stay part of the network of Purdue University Northwest. It will help us all, and it will help you as you move through your future. Congratulations once again to the graduates of Purdue University Northwest Spring Class of 2019, as well as your families. There will be an informal reception for graduates and guests immediately following the ceremony in Alumni Hall, located on the 3rd floor of the Student Union Library building across 173rd Street. I hope you will all be able to attend. I ask you to remain seated for the recessional of the platform party and the faculty members. Ladies and gentlemen, the 6th commencement exercise for Purdue University Northwest are concluded.